My name is Charlayne Woodard, and I'm an actress and a playwright. I like to say I'm a storyteller because that's how I come at it. I'm an actor who found the need to create work, not only for myself, but for women like myself.
Hi, my name is Danai, Gurira. I am also an actor, playwright, and as Charlayne has mentioned, a storyteller.
I decided 20 years ago not to complain about the lack of work for me. Not to complain about the fact that, I didn't like the roles that I was getting. I was happy to get those roles. I have been blessed. I have not lived like this poverty-stricken actor life. But I wanted to do my best work. I wanted to grow and be the best actor I could possibly be. So I started writing in order to challenge myself as an actor.
A lot of what Charlayne just said, what you just said, is very, it sort of makes me realize how I walked in your footsteps. The idea of refusing to complain about, what is offered to us as Black women or, women of African descent in this industry, or, be it in the theater or beyond, as dramatic artists, and how the inspiration then comes from the people before us, and to add on to that chain of that link, be that link in the chain that takes things further and telling our stories as much and as fully as we can.
Find the stories and tell them any way you know how, any way you know how. I live in Los Angeles, and when I had this epiphany, here I was in LA, and everyone's saying, write a screenplay. Make a film. I said I know nothing about that, but I have lived in the theater for my entire life, so I will write for the theater.
I was in school in the United States for college. I grew up in Zimbabwe, and I came back. I went back to Africa for study abroad. I was trying to go into sort of social psychology, get a PhD like my dad, that sort of realm. And I just sort of was around people who had done so much work during apartheid, because soon after it had ended, there was the next generation. And the people who, it was still really on the surface, the experiences of how they used their craft to fight apartheid, be it through poetry, be it through the dramatic arts, the market theater history, all that. And being around those types of people, I realized I had no excuse, because I knew I was running away from my calling. And so I knew that I had to step into that, and step into, as you're saying, those stories that are never told. Where are those stories of African women, especially, I'm also an American, in the Western realm, and so really wanting to feel like I can't find them. I want to do a monologue, I can't find it.
Exactly.
I want to do, put up a little play, I can't find the story. I guess I'll tell it, and it did really come out of necessity being the mother of invention.
So where you get this then?
This? Kakata.
And this?
It's from the big city.
You businesswoman for true. You get things from the big city.
Yeah, plenty things. Didn't you like the dress?
What dress?
What? The stupid girl. I'm gonna fuck her up now.
For years, for 14 years in New York City, I sang. I came to the city, they put me in musicals. I didn't try to get into musicals. I could sing. I learned how to do a musical. And then I saw time was going by, and my dream of being an actor who used only words was also going by. I said I couldn't get an audition for a straight play anywhere in New York City. So I decided I would go back. I did all my other training, because you have different muscles for musical that you use. So I went back to class, major training, then I said, I'm moving to LA where they don't know I can sing. I'm starting all over again. I felt free. I'm doing it all over, and it's only words. And I'm telling you, one thing led to the other. I had to change. I felt like I was supposed to. I knew I had to grab hold to that thing that I was passionate about before I lose it. I had to change everything. I am concerned with the youth of this country. I am concerned with the next generation. The world is huge, and they are overwhelmed. It feels to me like our young people are overwhelmed. I have young people that get out of college, and you go and you see them, it's like a year out of college. How are you? Oh, I'm lost. I don't know what to do. The world is so big. Seems to have frightened them, so that they're not excited and they're not willing to take the risks and the challenges and just, you know, I know in the 20s I felt like I can try everything. I can try and fail. I can try again and fail. I can try again and oh, maybe this is it. I never felt like I can't move because I might fail. That's the thing I want to do is find a way to get to that next generation and help them to see that the world is truly your oyster. It's a whole different way of doing it. But you cannot, it's not going to happen, it's not going to come and get you. You got to go after it. And you've got to, you know, you do this, Danai. You go after it. That's exactly what you're doing. You're going after it. And fearlessly and very, in a very intelligent way. And that's what we have to do. That's what has to happen again. I came to New York and had no mentors, had no one to share with. No one would give me any information at all. And it was up to me to just like keep looking, keep searching, figuring out by myself. And in my generation, we have to share. We can't sit back and pull back. You know, we have to share. We have to get in there. We have to mentor. I want to find a way to connect with my young people, all of them. And I want to toss the ball to them. And I want them to toss it back to me. And I want that kind of thing to start happening, you know? We have to share, we have to toss the ball, and we have to go back and forth. Raise everybody up.
I just remember how when I was trying to make a very big decision, I emailed another black woman playwright, and you know, that sort of generosity of passing it back.
That's right.
So clear. Like she just emailed me back, like just like so generously and so quickly, so much information and so many of her past experiences that really just so solidified what I knew my gut was telling me, and made me be able to go forward with that sort of truth and understanding and support, you know. And then also looking towards the younger generation. I'm looking at the play I'm casting right now is, you know, there's a character in it who actually is somewhat my own namesake, but, you know, she has to be a lot younger than I am. And, you know, my director's like, I just wish you could do it. I'm like, this is not my part, you know. It was my part maybe 6-7 years ago or 8 years ago. It's not my part. And I'm very excited about that, because I'm excited to see that next generation walk in.
That's right.
You know, walk through the door and have that hunger for that, to step in and take and helm a play that thankfully is getting, you know, widely produced. So she'll have that chance to do her thing,
right.
Just like I was hungry for, you know, in my time, like, you know, when I first came out of school, or, you know, just like you're hungry for that thing, and, you know, to be able to see that girl come in the room and take it is really thrilling, and work with her for the next, you know, however long. So it's really a thrilling thing to do, to pass and reach as you climb, and it's so crucial. So I'm just looking forward to stepping in to be more of a mentor, as I've been mentored.
Already, Danai. Already.
Well, you know, I'm no spring chicken.
That's right.
I'm really not. So
okay.
It's time. It's time to help the spring chicken. I ain't want no more.
As artists, we cannot stay in our bubble. We cannot stay in that comfort zone. We cannot stay in that place where, oh, in New York City I get to do this workshop and that workshop, and I run over here and I do that and I do that, and then I get a job, and you know what I mean? Right. We can't stay there like that. We have to move out and take the chance and see how big is the world. I want to be a part of the whole world. Right. So that then when I sit down to tell my story, it's about the whole world.
Right.
It's not just about my little life. of going to rehearsals back and forth and trying to eke out a way. I write these plays in my spare time. You know, because I'm always trying to eke out a way to make that living so I can write these plays. You know what I mean? You have to find other ways to live as an artist.